This is John from PbNation. I am here with the Air Challenger M1 mechanical hopper. This hopper uses no batteries, has no electronics, and it should fit on pretty much any paintball gun that has a hopper on the top. You can see the back. It has an indicator which shows how far it's wound up. The wind is actually how the hopper is powered. When it runs to 0, it doesn't feed anymore. Let's shoot at some. So I'm out here at Gateway Paintball Park, and I shot the M1 hopper on the Planet Eclipse EMAC. So this is a mechanical gun, but it's fast, and the EMAC's a lot of fun to play with. I figured adding the mechanical hopper would add a new element, and it did. It definitely made things more challenging than using a full-on electric hopper. I had to learn a couple things, like winding it as I played, but I know you guys want to see it shoot. It's all wound up. Let's see it goes. See the indicator? It has already gone down. Now, again, this is a mechanical gun, so it has no eyes, so it'll keep shooting air after the hopper's done. Let's see. All right, the hopper's now empty, or not, well, I lied. There's still paint in the hopper, but it won't load anymore. You cannot shake it. If you shake it, it won't shoot more. All right, let's load up some more. Let's shoot it some more. All right, I'm going to try and show you inside the M1 mech hopper and see if you can actually see the auger-like mechanism. I know one of the concerns right away was popcorning, but it does not appear to do that. It appears to feed relatively well without bouncing the paint a lot inside of the hopper. All right, so one thing you have to do is you have to load it before you wind it. Otherwise, it simply will unwind. And winding it is simple, but it takes a little bit of time. Now, at any point, once you've wound it a little bit, you can shoot it. When you get completely unwound, that's when the gun will no longer feed at all and shaking won't fix it. They did warn me not to over crank it, but it has a very obvious stop when it's all the way wound up. All right, let's see if we can count a little bit as we go. Over 90 shots. All right, so the M1 hopper worked with normal paint. Let's put some of the notoriously fragile Ultra Evil paint through it and see how it works. All the way down to the very last couple balls in there. All right, so everybody likes a good drop test when it comes to loaders. I have to leave my finger in there, blocking the feed tube, otherwise paint would come out. It's a little awkward winding it like this. Somebody could definitely do this significantly faster. All right. Oop. Let's see into the pod there. Definitely did not fill it up all the way. It's a 140 round pod, but it did fill it up most of the way. All right, so I counted the number of paintballs that were in the pod, and there were 93. So without a gun, just feeding with a full wind, it fed 93 paintballs. Just because I can, let's put it on the ultra high-end CS2 from Planet Eclipse and see how it does. They say it feeds 11 balls a second, and NXL is 10.2. So let's check a couple things. It says the average, oh, it says it hit 10.3. And let's see how many shots. And it says it shot 102 shots. So I wouldn't expect anybody to be playing with an M1 in a tournament. I definitely wouldn't expect to see one on a CS2, but it gives you an idea of that the hopper will work, and it does do what it advertises it will do. All right, so I played a whole day of rec ball out here at Gateway Paintball with the M1 mechanical force-fed air challenger hopper. And I admit, it was a lot of fun. I shot a lot of people. I never felt like I was outgunned. I always felt like the hopper would deliver the EMAC shot perfectly. However, if you're going to shoot more than 90 rounds during a game, it means you have to wind it during the game. It meant that after a couple games, when I missed a couple different people because the hopper wasn't wound up, it meant that I had to get used to winding it as I was playing, which perfect for rec ball. It added a whole new challenge. It added a whole new element of fun, actually. But it meant that if you were going to compete with it, it would be a huge disadvantage in that respect. But for where I was playing and what I was doing with it, it was a blast. It definitely changed how I played a little bit, because it meant that a couple times I was ready to move or ready to do something, and I look at the hopper and it wasn't wound. A couple times I brought the gun up to shoot somebody and the hopper wasn't wound and nothing happened. Or I shot a blank because I was shooting a gun that did not have eyes in it. But the hopper didn't break any paint in it. It fed really fast the entire time. And it worked. It stayed on the gun. The feed neck wasn't undersized or oversized, so it fit easily. Overall, it made for a fun day of paintball playing with the M1 hopper.